You're watching Satluj TV News. I'm Angus Scott in London. The hill state of Manipur in northeast India borders Myanmar to its east and south. The Imphal Valley, occupying around 10% of the state's land area, is the most developed region and is home to just over half of the state's 3.5 million population, the Meitei people. The Meitei people are largely Hindu, but also include Muslims, Buddhists and native Sanamahi followers. The surrounding hills, making up 90% of the state's land area, is home to the tribal population and remain relatively undeveloped. The tribal population makes up 40% of the state's population and consists predominantly of Christian Kukis and Nagas. Under the Land Reform Act of Manipur, the Meiteis are barred from settling in the hill regions without the permission of the local district councils. The tribal population is not prohibited from settling in the valley region. The Meiteis dominate political power in the Manipur Legislative Assembly. Of 60 seats in the Assembly, 19 seats are reserved for scheduled tribes, that is Naga or Kukis, while 40 are unreserved general constituencies. In the last election, 39 seats were won by Meitei candidates. In recent years, tribal groups have complained that the government spending is unduly concentrated in the Meitei-dominated Imphal Valley. This year, the state government of Manipur launched an eviction drive to remove illegal immigrants from settlements in reserved forest areas. Officials stated that illegal immigrants from Myanmar had been settling in Manipur since the 1970s. Tribal groups alleged that the eviction drive was a pretext to drive away the tribal population from their lands. The eviction drive began in February in the districts of Churachandpur, Kangkokpi and Tengnupal. The government declared the forest dwellers as encroachers, a move that was seen as anti-tribal. In March, the government of Manipur withdrew from the suspension of operation agreements with 3 Kuki militant groups, including the Kuki National Army and the Zomi Revolutionary Army, although this decision was not supported by central government. Several Manipuri organisations also demonstrated in New Delhi to press for the creation of a National Register of Citizens, the NRC, complaining of concerns over abnormal population growth in the hill areas of Manipur. The first minor violence broke out in Kangkokpi district on March the 28th, where protesters rallied against the eviction drive and the alleged encroachment of tribal lands. 2 weeks later, 3 churches in Imphal's tribal colony locality were razed to the ground for being illegal constructions on government land. And the state government announced that it would not compromise on steps taken to protect the state government's forest resources. Adding fuel to the fire, on April the 20th, a judge of the Manipur High Court directed the state government to consider the request of the Meitei community to be included in the scheduled tribes list, guaranteeing them access to government jobs and college places. But Kuki groups feared this would then also allow Meiteis to purchase land in the prohibited hilly areas. As a result, the tribal groups called for a total shutdown on the 28th of April in protest of the state government's actions. Manipur's Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had scheduled a visit to Churachandpur to inaugurate an open-air gym. But before his visit, a mob set fire to the gym and vandalised it. He then immediately invoked Section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code, and a 5-day internet shutdown was then imposed. Protesters then clashed with police and tear gas shells were used to disperse the mobs. Reports surfaced that the Anglo-Kuki War Memorial Gate had been burnt down by the Meiteis, which then led Kukis to burn several villages inhabited by Meitei communities in Churachandpur, which then in turn prompted retaliation by the Meitei, who reportedly torched several localities belonging to the Kuki community in the Imphal Valley areas, leading to several casualties. So far, over 140 people have been killed in the violence, with more than 300 wounded and over 54,000 people displaced. According to several organisations, there have been accounts of partisan killings by security forces, as well as allegations of the police siding with the Meitei community. However, the indiscriminate internet ban has severely restricted information coming from the region, and several organisations have called on the government to restore services. The region remains in a state of high tension. The recent emergence of a video taken back in May of two Christian cookie women paraded naked and jeered at by a mob provoked another recent spike in rioting, even prompting Prime Minister Modi to call out this incident as shameful for India. This is the first time he has spoken out about the ethnic violence in the region, despite it raging for several months. You've been watching Satluj TV News, and you can find more stories in detail on our channel, that's Satnet News, so it's worth clicking on that subscribe button to make sure you get to see stories as they're broadcast. And don't forget, if you have any comments or opinions on any of our news stories, you can comment below, or indeed drop us a direct message at message@satlujtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, thanks for watching. For Satluj TV News, I'm Angus Scott in London.